All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Mortalis Brewing Company, and they are headquartered in Avon, New York, and this is their orange chocolate cream savers swirl. So they're calling this one a sour ale brewed with orange, coconut, cacao nibs, and cream. It comes in at 7% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed, time of review, and this can is just over 2 weeks old. So I didn't have any plans of reviewing another Mortalis beer before the end of 2023, but a couple weeks ago they announced the release of this beer, and considering I absolutely love orange chocolate, I had to pick this one up and I had to review it. Now, during the holidays, you have the Terry's chocolate orange balls that you smash on the table, and you get the little orange chocolate slices. My favorite is the dark chocolate. That is my jam. Here in the West New York area, my favorite chocolatier is Platters. They're local to me. They're less than 10 minutes away from my house, and they're orange chocolate I grew up with, so I absolutely love orange chocolate. So when I saw this, I was like, you know what? We are going to review it, so here we are. Now, the one concern I have for this beer, we're going to roll it as I talk about that, is the coconut. I love coconut. It's one of my favorite adjuncts in beers. However, I just want orange chocolate. That's kind of what I want in this one. So I hope it doesn't throw off the balance of this one. And yeah, we'll see. Now, I did review the Orange Cream Saver Swirl, the base beer, earlier this year, and it was fantastic. It tasted like the Orange Cream Saver candies that you can buy. I actually compared it in the review to the candies themselves, and it was a lot of fun. They didn't nail it, but they came pretty close. And yeah, I'm just really excited about this one. So we'll see how this one works out. I'm going to pour the rest in here just because this is hashtag proper glassware, but also this should be able to hold about 18 ounces. Never know with these fruited sours, sometimes the head can build a little bit too much, but yeah, so we got it in the hashtag proper glassware, but you want to see the beer, and the beer looks very murky. It looks like, I don't know, kind of more like a mango juice. It has a very dark, creamy orange color. It almost looks grayish in the glass, has the pectin, the fruit puree hanging around the rims. Had about a finger of like a light, almost like a lightly golden colored head that is dissipated out to a thin film. Hold it up to the light, can't see through it, murky, turbid, kind of what I expect out of this one. I think this looks a little bit darker than the orange cream saver swirl that I reviewed earlier this year. If I remember, I'll post a link in the corner of the video so you can check that one out if you have not seen it. Let's get a nose. So first thing off the rip, I will tell you right now, it's coconut. It's a lot of coconut. It is not toasted. It's like a fresh coconut with a little bit of toasted coconut, but the coconut is very prevalent in the nose. Underneath that, definite orange, like a freshly squeezed orange juice, into maybe like an orange sherbet, maybe an orange sorbet. And there is this nice faint hint of like a sweeter milk chocolate. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, does it smell good? Yes. I love coconut. It smells like coconut. This is supposed to be, based on the name here, right? Orange chocolate cream saver swirl. And the orange is the second character, and the chocolate is like the third or fourth. So the coconut being the dominant, predominant note in the nose is a little bit upsetting. It's disappointing. Yeah, I mean, it smells like, honestly, it smells like you had like you're about to take a bite of orange sherbet and somebody grated some coconut on top. That's kind of what it smells like. Does that smell bad? No, that smells absolutely fucking delicious to me. Is that what I want out of this beer? Definitely not. So part of me is really excited to taste this because I think it's going to be a tasty beverage, and the other part's like, the nose is disappointing. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That is really, really fucking tasty. And I will say, the finish is definitely orange chocolate. And I'm really excited about it. The aftertaste is definitely orange chocolate. That's real fucking good. Let's go body mouthfeel. Surprisingly, this is not as thick as it looks. It's like lower side of full, maybe medium full. So thick for 7%. But a lot of these heavily fruited smoothie sours, are almost drinking like a smoothie. This is not. It's a little bit lighter. Same thing with the mouthfeel. A little bit more carbonation here. This is almost moderately carbonated. It's still smooth and creamy on the palate, but it's not like super soft. So if you're somebody who loves the overly thick, super smooth and creamy, heavily fruited sours, you might be a bit disappointed in the body and mouthfeel. I'm okay with it. I think it enhances the drinkability and it doesn't weigh down the palate. So it definitely makes me want to drink more of it. The taste, is this some crazy complex beer that, I'm going to, pull out 12 different tasting notes, 15, 20? No. Front to back, there's a lot of orange. Again, orange sorbet, orange sherbet. It's a sweeter, creamier, almost, again, ice cream-like orange character from front to back. There is also an underlying toasted coconut that's not so underlying at the beginning of the palate, but as it continues to go through your palate, it kind of dissipates. So it starts really high and just kind of dive bombs. It's more prevalent than I would like in this beer. I love, again, coconut, but right now as I'm sitting here lingering, there's this dark orange chocolate finish that has also coconut to it, which is just kind of weird. It's good, but it's just not what I kind of expected out of this one. Is it sweet? Yes. Is it sickly sweet? It is not. This is probably as sweet as maybe like an orange juice. So it is sweet, don't get me wrong. It's just not cloying. I've taken quite a few sips already, and a lot of times when I get a crazy sweet beer like this, not this one specifically, but this style, what happens is after like the third, fourth, fifth sip, in the back of my throat, I start to feel it, and I'm like, oh boy, yeah, half of that can, I am done. I always call these nowadays, flight beers or sharing beers because I only want anywhere between like 4 to 6 ounces of it. I think I'm gonna be able to enjoy the rest of this one. Maybe I won't be able to drink the last maybe 3 or 4 ounces, but the vast majority will go down. So again, it's pretty sweet. There is a firm tartness of this one, but it's not overly tart, which is nice. There's a mild acidity. It's not over the top with the acidic nature. I think the finish is really nice in that it leans sweeter, but there's enough of that firm kind of, tart bite to break up the monotony of all the sweetness, and it's also slightly acidic. So yeah, this leans sweet, but it's not cloying to my palate. And on the finish, again, it's dark orange chocolate with some coconut sprinkled in. 7%, you can't taste it. Yeah, this is nice. I'll say right now, I didn't think this would be the case, but when I saw coconut in there being the second character, I did wonder, which is why I mentioned at the beginning, will it throw off the balance of this one? Yeah, it did a bit. Enough to make me disappointed in this? No. But I will say the OG, the Orange Cream Savor Swirl, is better than this beer because it does a better job of nailing what that flavor is supposed to be, and it also just works better. While I was super excited about this, and I'm not disappointed in the least that I picked this one up, I think for me, it's a little bit of a letdown as a whole. Is it still really good? You bet your bottom dollar. Am I disappointed by it to some degree? Yes. But that doesn't mean it's a bad beer. So I'm going to take one more sip and we'll get a rating. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this one as a beer or as a smoothie sour or heavily fruited sour. I just think the name, if you were to rate this to style, I think it would get more negative marks than what I do overall as a whole. So Orange Chocolate Cream Savor Swirl, as far as this beer is concerned, I like the simplistic label that just fits the theme. Really nice. But this beer as a whole, I am going to give we're going to give it a high 4.25 and go 4.3 out of 5. I think that's where this one lands. I think I gave the Orange Cream Savor Swirl like a 4.7, 4.75. That's how much more I enjoyed that. But this is still really good. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I guess I want a little bit more of that orange chocolate flavor overall as a whole, instead of just being on the finish, and just dumb down that coconut. I never thought I'd say dumb down the coconut in any beer, but this is the one beer where it's like, I like coconut, but I don't really want it in here. So yeah, anyway, price point, availability, most of these Mortalis heavily fruited sours, $25 a 4-pack. That's what this is. I picked up a couple cans. I paid, I think, $7 for the individual cans, so I don't have to buy an entire 4-pack. So I'm okay with that. Is it pricey? Yes. Is $25 4-pack a bit cheaper? Is $25 a 4-pack still expensive? You bet your bottom dollar there it is. And I've said that twice now in this review because I'm terrible at what I do. And availability is Mortalis. If you can get Mortalis stuff in your neck of the woods, or you can order it online and have it, shipped to your house, or you know somebody who would trade for it. You could probably get your hands on this one. They do have this on their website currently. They ship throughout New York State. I don't know if they ship outside the state. They might. I don't know. So many breweries doing shipping across the country to whatever states will allow it legally. Some just do it in the state. You have your sites like Tavor and what's the other one? Craft Beer Shack. Is that what it is? Craft Shack. I don't know. I forget. There's so many different fucking websites that sell beer. So if you really want to get your hands on this one, you probably can, but it might not be as easy as just walking into your local bottle shop and picking it off the shelf, which I can now do, which is awesome because we have the new location here in Buffalo for Mortalis. They're starting to get distro to all the bottle shops. So my favorite bottle shop of choice for, grabbing stuff relatively close to me, Premier Gourmet, the other one, Brewed and Bottled. I can get singles of most of their stuff now, and that is awesome. It's just, I never thought I'd see the day, and here we are. So if you've had this one before, or you had the Orange Cream Savor Swirl, the base, let me know what you thought about both of them. Which one did you prefer? If you just had this one, what did you think as a whole? Like I said, I think they've done a pretty good job overall with the orange chocolate. Just need to be a little bit more intense and just not on the finish. Dumb down that coconut, and this is as good as the Orange Cream Savor Swirl. As is, still a really good beer. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.